Question number 21. Clayton will mix X milliliters of a 10% by mass saline solution with Y milliliters of a 20% by mass saline solution in order to create an 18% by mass saline solution. The equation above represents this such situation. If Clayton uses 100 milliliters of the 20% by mass saline solution, how many milliliters of the 10% by mass saline solution must he use? So let's start this question over here. Let me take care of my pen. Alright. So in this case, it says Clayton uses 100 milliliter of the 20% by mass solution. So what will happen over here is we will take Y as 100. Okay, now we will substitute this Y as 100 in the given equation. Which equation we will substitute? This equation. So I can substitute over here and I can substitute over here. So by doing this, what will happen is I will solve this equation and I will end up with the value of X that will give me my answer for this question over here. So let me substitute the value over here. Okay, so this is your 0.10x plus 0.20. The value of Y, as I mentioned this to you, this is your 100, and 0.18 x plus what? X plus 100. So what you will do is you will simplify this, and when you simplify this, you will end up with the value of X as what? Value of X you will end up as 25 over here. So the value of X will be what? 25. So this is your answer for this, and I can see choice B is the correct answer for this question over here. Question number 22. The first year Eleanor organized a first fundraising event. She invited 30 people. So 30 people in this case will be my first value that I will write over here, 30 somewhere over here. This is something. For each of the next 5 years, she invited double the number of people. So this means what? If in case, let's take an example, she called 30 people, then the second year it will be 60, then 120, 240, it keeps on going. If f of n is the number of people invited to a fundraiser n years after Eleanor began organizing the event, which of the following best describes the function n? So what will happen in this situation is it's an example of geometric progression. So if you remember geometric progression, the formula is a sub 1 is equal to a sub 1 r n. Okay, for this is your first term. So in this case my first term is 30, r is the common ratio, and n in this case will be number of years. So what is happening over here is, as you can see, they are increasing those by a constant number 2. You know, each year is getting double, or they are increasing by a constant number 2 over here. So this 2 will come over here, and along with this it says n after n number of years. This means in this case it will be like this. So my function becomes like in this form over here. So now let's read this. It says the function f of f is decreasing linear function. First of all, it's not a linear function. Linear function, it just goes like this, you know, in the linear format. Okay, so this is not first of all, this is not decreasing, so this is a wrong answer. Okay, because our numbers were increasing. Is it an increasing linear function? No, it is not a linear function. It is increasing in an exponential way. So this is your answer over here. So why it is exponential? If you see over here, it says she invited double the number of people she has invited the previous year. So this means in first year, let's take an example, she invited 4 people. Then it will be what? 8. Then it will be what? 16. You see, you're multiplying by 2, it's going exponentially. So what happens in this situation? In this situation, choice D is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so in this question number 23, some values of x and their corresponding values of y are shown in the table above, where a is a constant, and if there is a linear relationship between x and y, which of the following equations represents a relationship? So in this case, I will use the slope-intercept form of a linear equation of a line in xy plane. My formula for that is y is equal to mx plus b. What is my m? M is the slope of a line, and in this case the formula for slope is what? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which I will be using over here. So I'm taking these two sets of values over here. So if I'm taking these two sets of values, this will be like this: a comma 0 and 3a comma negative a over here. So in this case, this will be my x1, so this will be my y1, x2 and y2. And this b is what? B is my y-intercept. What is y-intercept? Value of y when x is 0. So let me first of all find this m. What I will do is I will find the value of m, I will find the value of b from this table, and I will substitute over here, and then I will simplify to find any of these answers over here. So y2, so is my negative a, so negative a minus 0, x2 is 3a minus a. So this gives me what? Negative a over 3a, or in simple words, my answer over here is, or I messed up somewhere. Yeah, it looks like I messed up. This should be 2a over here. So this is my 2a over here. So while cancelling, my answer is what? My answer will be what? 1 over 2. So my m in this case is what? Negative 1 over 2. This is the value of m. Okay, so I will rewrite over here. Y is equal to m. M is my negative 1/2 x plus b. So what is your b? Okay, so let's find the value of b. Okay, now definition says the value of y when x is 0, but there is no x 0 over here. So in that situation, what I will do is I will use, okay, you might have, you remember you learned all this in your high school earlier. What you do is you plug in or substitute x, y, any value of, if I will take this x, y and m, in which equation? This equation, y is equal to mx plus b. So in this case, y is my 0, m is my negative 1 over 2. How I got it? I got it from here. This is m, and x is, in this case, is a plus b. Okay, so this is something I ended up with. So if I will rewrite it or solve it, it will look like this to me: b is equal to 1 over 2a. So this is my value of b over here. Am I done? No, I'm not done, because what I will do is finally, to find my answer, I have to plug in my value, this one over here, or I will write a over 2. Now, do you see any answer choice which looks like this? No. So what I have to do is I have to simplify this to find any of these options which looks like this. So when I will do is, what I will do is I will multiply by 2 both the sides. When I multiply by 2, this 2 will cancel out and 1 2 will come over here. So it will be 2y is equal to negative x plus a. Do you see any answer choice which looks like this? I can see 2y over here, I can see 2y over here, but not on these two. So I don't think my choice C and D will be correct answer. Now in this case, I can, okay, what I can do is I can add x to both the sides. When I add x to both the sides, I am left over with this. Do you see any answer choice which looks like this? Yes, option A is the correct answer choice for question number 23. Question number 24. The scatter plot shows the number of registered voter X and the number of people who voted in the last election Y for 7 districts in a town. A line of best fit for the data is also shown. Which of the following could be the equation? Whenever the word equation of line comes over here, I will use my formula y is equal to mx plus b. Now since I'm using my formula y equal to mx plus b, so first thing in which comes in my mind is I will find the value of m and I will find the value of b. Okay, it's the same procedure as I did in the previous question. Okay, now I need to pick two values of two set of points. So first of all, I can see over here at this point I have 120 and 60. So what will happen is I will take these 2 points, 120 comma 60. Okay, I can take another set of points also. So I went over here. See, this is something. Okay, so this is 160 and 180. So I have another set of point 160 and 80. Okay, so this is my x1, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my y2. So let me find first of all m. So my m will be over here. Let me move it a little bit up so I can have enough space to do this. So my m is over here. M is what? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is what? 80 minus 60 divided by 160 minus 120. So when I will solve this, my value of m will be what? It will be yours 20 over 40, or in other words, it will give me 1 over 2, or in other words, it gives me 0.5. So my m is what? 0.5. So I will come back over here and I will write it over here. Y is equal to 0.5x plus b. Now what I have to find? I have to find this b also. Let me change the color over here. Now how I can find the b? If you remember in the previous problem I showed you, you will substitute the value of x, y and m in this equation over here, so we can get the value of b. So I will use these two values over here. So y is 60, 0.5, and this is my 120 plus b. Now when I will solve this, I will end up with the value of b as 0. This will be 60 and then you subtract it will be 0. So your final answer for this question will be like this: y is equal to mx plus b. So y is equal to mx is 0.5x plus b is your 0. So this means mathematically we have y equal to 0.5x. So option B is the correct choice for this question over here. The system of equations above is graphed in the xy plane. What is the x coordinate of the intersection point xy of the system? So this is an example of system of equations. We will solve this equation by using any method. I will use elimination method over here, and after that I will be finding the value of x. Whatever the value of x I will be left over, that will be the answer for this question. So now while looking at this, I was able to figure out this is 0.5, this is 1.5. So I should multiply this by 3. Why? So when I multiply this by 3, this part will become 1.5. And since they have opposite signs, on adding the equation, this will be cancelled out. In simple word, I will be eliminating y, so I can get my value of x. So it will be like this: 2.4x minus 1.5y is equal to 0.3. Now do keep in mind, when I multiply by 3, I will be multiplying by each and every term by 3 over here. So when I multiply this by 3, I will be ended up with what? It will give me 4.8x. But this part will give me plus 1.5y, and this part will give me negative 3.9. Okay. Now since we are adding this, in addition what happens is we do not change any sign. This will be cancelled out, and then you add these two over here, you will end up with 7.2x, okay, is equal to what? Negative 3.6. Now you can solve this. So when you solve this, your value of x, you are dividing both sides by 7.2. Your answer will be negative 0.5. Do you see any answer choice which looks like this? Yes, option A is the correct answer for this question over here. Now as you can see, there is lots of reading in this question. Sometimes what I do is, while looking at these word problem, I will look at the important points to read, and then I'll go from there. Keith modeled the growth over several hundred years of a tree population by estimating the number of trees. Okay, and it says he estimated there were 300 pollen grains per square centimeter the first initial year, with a 1% annual increase. Which of the following function? Now this is an example of exponential functions. What happens is, a model for a quantity that increases by r%, which is 1%, per time period, is an exponential function of the form. So this is the formula: P of t is equal to I. We are using this for finding principal interest and all those also. So 1 plus r over 100 to the power n. N means your t, or let me write t over here, time. So let's substitute the value. I, what is I? I is, what is this? This is the number at the initial time. It is an initial value. So initial value in this case is 310. Okay. So this is your 1 over here. Now r percent means 1%. So this is my 1 over here, 100 over here, and time t, they have given me time t, this will be over here. So when I will rewrite this, it will be like this: 310. You can also type this part in the calculator. It will give you 100 plus 1, 101. So it will be 101 divided by 100 to the power t, or my answer will be over here. P of t is equal to what? 310, 1.01 to the power t. Do keep in mind, in your exam, SAT exam, you do not have to show all of this work. You only have to find the correct answer. So sometimes you can look at the question, do your mental math, and you can find the answer. So do not spend too much time on all the questions. Question number 27. Based on the equation above, what is the value of 3x minus 2? There are multiple ways to solve this problem, but I will take this approach. As you can see, by looking at this, I was able to see if I will divide this 3 times 1 is 3, this will be 3 times 3 and this will be 2. So it will be 3x minus 2. So if I will do this, I'm left over with 3x minus 2 over here. Minus 4 is equal to 9x minus 6. Do keep in mind, I told you there are multiple ways to do this problem. Okay. What I will do after this is I will add 5 to both the sides over here. This will be cancelled out. And this is my 2. 3x minus 2 is equal to 9x minus 1. After this I will divide by 2, I will divide by 2, I will divide by 2. This will be cancelled out. So it will be 3x minus 2 is equal to 4.5x minus 0.5. Now as I can see, I cannot find the value of 3x minus 2. So what I need to do is I need to find my value of x over here. I didn't thought it will go that long. I was trying to make it short and small. So this is my positive 1.5. Okay, after this what I can do is I can subtract 4.5x from both the sides. This will be cancelled out and I'll be left over with negative 1.5x equal to 1.5, and the value of x will be what? Negative 1. Now since I got my value of x as negative 1, I can substitute over here. So this will give me what? 3, negative 1 minus 2. So it is your negative 3 minus 2, which gives me what? Negative 5. So I can see I messed up somewhere over here. So I need to go back and check where I messed up. Okay, I was able to find my error over here. My error was at this place. Let me change my ink over here. Okay, this is my, I apologize, this is my 4 over here. So because of this, what will happen is this will be my negative 6. It will be my negative 2 over here. Okay, so this was what? This was my negative 2. So when I will divide, I divided by both the sides by 2. So let me erase this one over here. So when I do this, I was left over with what? Negative 1. Okay, I apologize for this error. Okay, after this what happens is, okay, let me do this part again. So just to avoid some confusion. Or rest everything looks good to me. Okay, so let's change the color over here. I have added 2, so I will add 2 over here. So this is my 3x is equal to 4.5x plus 1. Okay, so what I can do over here is I can subtract 4.5 from both the sides. Hopefully I will be able to find the correct answer this time. Okay, so this gives me what? This gives me negative 1.5x is equal to 1. So x is equal to what? X is equal to 1 over. So my value of x will be what? X is equal to 1 over negative 1 over 1.5. 1.5 it should be. So what happens over here is this will give us what? X is equal to negative 2 over 3. Now I will substitute this value where? In this one over 3x minus 2. So this is 3 negative 2 over 3 minus 2. So this will be cancelled out. So I will be left over with what? Negative 2 minus 2, which ends up and gives me negative 4. And now I can see my answer choice A is my correct answer. I do apologize for this error over here because I made the mistake. Alright, for question number 28, we will need some of the information which I wrote for you. So this we will use this information to solve question number 28. Okay, so in question number 28 it says that the function f is defined, and we have been given this equation over here above. If k is positive integers, and they have already mentioned k is positive integers, which of the following could represent the graph of y is equal to 4x in the xy plane? So first of all, general equation is f of x is equal to a. As I mentioned this over here, a of x minus b, x minus c, it intersects the x-axis at b comma 0 and c comma 0. Now in this situation, graph will be a parabola, okay, that opens upwards. When it is upward, when a is positive. So when I looked at this one a over here and I looked at this one, there is a1 over here, so a is positive. This is telling me what? This is telling me that my graph will be a parabola which will open in the upward direction. It will open like this. There's something over here. So this will be the wrong choice. I will straightforward tell you. Okay, let's go to option B. This will be the wrong choice. Now we are left over C and D over here. Okay, now this means A is equal to 1. Yes, A is 1. The value of B is negative 3. Why negative 3? You can see in the formula, if this is negative B, that's a positive. You write it like this, negative B equal to 3. Divide by negative 1, B is equal to negative 3. So I got B equal to negative 3 over here. Similarly, I got C. C as what? I got C as positive K. So what it is telling us, this is telling me that the graph opens upwards and intersects the x-axis at what? These 2 points, negative 3 comma 0. It will be like this, negative 3 comma 0, and C means K comma 0. So when I go by over here, negative 3 comma 0, this one is what? The value of x is positive negative 2. So this does not help me, but this one says negative 3. So option D is the correct answer for this question. Again, as I mentioned, either you will need the knowledge of parabola, equation of parabola, or this means the concept name is conic section, or you will need this information which I mentioned this over here. Question number 29, formula above, this is the formula over here, can be used to approximate the height h. Let me pick the pen over here. H in inches of an adult male based on length L in inches of his femur. What is femur? Is kind of a what you call thigh bone. Okay, it's a, if in case if it's your leg over here, knee and above this, you will see this bone somewhere over here. This is the femur bone over here. They call it thigh bone somewhere. Okay, so in this case, what is happening over here? Choice D is the correct answer, because it says meaning of 1.88 over here. What it is telling us that a man height increases by approximately 1.88 inches for each 1 inch increase of his femur length. So choice D is the correct answer over here. Choice A, B and C, they are kind of confusing, and they gave you all those different choices. So in a quadrilateral A, B, C, D above, AD is parallel to BC. So what I will do in this case is I will draw one line over here, and I will name this as F, and I will say BF is parallel to what? BF is parallel to CD. Okay, so when I look over here, what this is creating a right triangle ABF over here. And in ABF, what they are saying is the what? Since the CD is equal to BF, so I can also say that FB is equal to half of AB. Now when I do this, FB is equal to half of AB, this creates an concept of 30, 60 and 90 degree angle over here. 30, 60 and 90 degree angle over here. So now if it is 30, 60, 90 over here, as I know this is 90, this is my 90. So when I add, and the question says what is the value of angle B. So when I look at both these numbers, 90 plus 60 will give me what? 150 degrees. So A is my correct choice for this question answer.